Man, y'all remember 6 days ago when it hadn't rained for 60 days? Me either, man, because now it rains 2 and 3 inches at a time, just like that. Morning, everybody. Chad, Doss Outdoors. Man, I should really get some ArrowQuip panels and open this gate and just let the cows, this calf pen. I know it looks muddy, but it's not. It's just a mud, like it's a mud hole, but it's water. Yeah, that makes sense, Chad. And put ArrowQuip panels around this and just let the cattle drink out of it. I bet that's pretty tasty. And it's going to get refreshed here in like 30 minutes. So, but golly, man. Everything is, hey, that's a cool trick. Whew. Wow. And there's more coming, in case you couldn't tell. Yep. Cabeller! Where's the wiener? There's a man, there he is. Disregard this, a lot of people ask. It's Thank you for that. Anyway, this is getting fixed up and it'll be sold next spring. I'm going to take it to our small engine guy. He'll make it run like a top, replace probably the seat, and then it'll be a nice mower for somebody. I've brought him a lot worse than this, so I'm not worried about it. And the old fridge here, it's not too bad. I like it. So I said fridge, but it's a freezer. I can't get rid of that one because that's the first one my parents, like they bought that for me when I raised my first 2 steers. But when we moved back in February, well, if you're new here, welcome and howdy. If you're old here, welcome and howdy. This is my lovely wife and us, 40 acres in Northeast Oklahoma. We've got cattle, donkey, a pig, 3 dogs, and 3 boys in no particular order. And we moved here in February. Yesterday was the 1-year anniversary of the fire. And I don't know if you guys have daylight savings time where you're at, but what's crazy is daylight savings actually happens, I believe, at 2 a.m. We woke up to our cabin fire at 3 a.m. and this year daylight savings fell on that time, on that day. So like at 2 a.m. when our clocks were supposed to change over, and 3 o'clock would have been exactly 365 days since the fire, the clocks jumped back. We gained an hour of sleep. And I was wide awake. It was a weird night, but that was 2 nights ago. We didn't post on Sunday for that reason. I was just trying to enjoy what God has given us. I played a lot of Call of Duty, I ain't gonna lie, with my oldest boy Case yesterday, and Carter and Adler and Ray, everybody just chilled inside. I mean, it rained all day, but we just hung out in this beautiful home. And amen, right? Back to the freezer. When we moved here, we left 2 pounds of beef in that freezer by accident. Why in the world we cleaned everything out except for 2 pounds? I have no idea. It was me, I admit it. But I stuck it in the corner, and about a month later, that 2 pounds of beef had hair on it again. So anyway, we stuck it outside for the last 3 or 4 months. It's been rained on, it's been rained in, it's been sun-dried, it's been eclipse dried. We went through an eclipse with it. I mean, whew, lunar eclipse. No, solar eclipse. Yep. That's how you get rid of the rotten beefy smell. Leave it outside during an eclipse. I was mostly curious about this right here, but this was a good rain we had last night. It did not just dump on us. Like, it was a slow rain all day, so everything was already saturated. But as you can see, we've got 2 like washout potential possibilities right here. The other day though, we got 5 inches of rain in 4 hours, and it hadn't rained for like more than a 1/4 inch in 60 days. This washed out, and I had to get out here and fix it with my box blade the best I could. I'm not really sure what to do right here. I gotta be honest, this one's got me puzzled. But I can tell that this is higher all the way across. So like the water comes off this hill, which is pretty significant. It comes off the road, or it comes off the yard, the driveway up top. And yeah, it just, it wants to wash everything out. Like we need a ditch over here almost. So we'll figure something out though. Now at the time you guys are seeing this, probably about 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, maybe 5 Central Standard Time. We're currently getting severe weather. Like as you see this, another round. There were some stinking tornadoes in Oklahoma City over the weekend. Thoughts and prayers for everybody. And in and around Oklahoma City. I don't mean just Oklahoma City specifically, but yeah, we've got more rain coming, and oh my goodness, the creek is full. It's so strange to see it like this. So when we got here in February, when we bought the property, this creek was, I don't know, maybe 5-6 inches. You could certainly jump across this without getting your boots wet. Right now my boots are about ankle high, not knee high. So I'm gonna stay right here. Just yesterday's rain, and this is a major, I mean, we get a lot of runoff in this creek. This is what it was for. It's my understanding this used to be a bridge like 60, 70 years ago now. Quit being used, got washed out, whatever. And my neighbor and whoever was here took it over and took the responsibility of it over. And they put it a little cattle fencing crossing thing right here. So I'm kind of taken back because it wasn't this high, but it was a little bit less last year when we bought the place. So like this is very, just, it's an awesome thing to see it. I mean, I've seen it, we've seen it where I couldn't even stand, like right here, my side-by-side would be like underwater, probably 1.5 feet. That's how high we've personally seen it. So now, until June of next year, this will pretty much look like this. I mean, it'd take a real dry spell, which just isn't likely from now forward until June next year. It'll pretty much look like this. It'll sound like this. I mean, it'll just be awesome. People keep asking me about this sign, and I gotta be honest, I think it was on the porch and it blew off during a windstorm months ago. We lost it. It blew up against this barn. Good morning. Is that good? And I've been meaning to actually put it on the side of the barn because I think it's funny. Look out, dude. He's fired up. Get it, buddy. What's it doing, man? What's it doing? Okay, come on. There we go. I'll go this way. Whew. Okay, that's nasty. That's nasty. But I bet you like that. We switched over to that grain, got him off the sweet feed. A few more calories aren't gonna hurt him as the weather gets cooler. Yep, that's a good pig. That's a good pig. Hey man, did it rain yesterday? Oh man, haters gonna hate on that one. Calm down, we're gonna get them a place to stay dry. But listen, they're tougher than you, tougher than me, tougher than all of us. God made them that way. I mean, refresh my memory. I know what day God made us, man. I know what day he made animals. What day did he make the barns and the shelters? Daggone it. What day was that? Yep, go watch our most recent video. We talked about cutting a hole in the side of the barn so the donkeys and animals could use it. That's right, I forgot. God made man so that we could build the barns. I got it. Remember, he said he wouldn't flood the earth again. He promised. But he didn't say nothing about 18 minutes from now. I'm just playing. We're just gonna get wet again. But we gotta take these cows some hay. What do you say, big boy? Honey, look at those horns. Princess, oh my goodness. Taters. Franklin, what's up, buddy? What's it doing, bub? What's it doing? MJ, your sister's got you beat on the horns. She sure does. All right. Haven't forgot about you guys. Ever. I'm really proud of you for getting big without your mommies. Pretty much just aiming that at you, you big knucklehead. Appreciate you getting big without your mama. This is gonna take some skill because we're sitting in a sinkhole. Not really, but pretty much. Now, this may not be able to work here. Dadgummit. There we go. Kind of using the weight of the bale. On the top of that feeder. There we go. We're gonna be all right. That was sketchy. That was sketchy. So the problem is, I was so heavy, I was weighing it down. Rear ballast would not have helped in that time because I was too heavy. I was just sinking, sitting there. So if I'd had rear ballast, probably sunk me. Now I would have just had to abandon the bale, probably get my 3-point back into it and drive out another way. But out of all the things you guys have ever seen me do, that's the one I'm glad Ray and my mama weren't watching. Goodness, that was something right there. Well, as I mentioned, we have a tractor coming. I don't want to tell you what kind yet, but it does have a cab, and it's coming from our friend Jake at the tractor yard. So stay tuned. Maybe that cab will help. Maybe the weight on the back will help a little bit. But nothing's going to help in that situation. Like even that, you got to think about. I got this big, huge truck right here. You know how good that truck is on the ice compared to a little 2-wheel drive car? It's terrible. Okay, this is the worst thing you can have on the ice. No weight on the rear end. That's what it's like driving a tractor. We did just get notification from the boys' school though, and they're going to close early for the storms this afternoon. That's how serious it is. So at the time you guys are seeing this, I would assume we'll be in a premiere. I don't know. The storms, it says like 2:30. Could be 3, could be 4, who knows. But I'm gonna button some things up around here, and yeah, we gotta go get the boys from school early. Out of all these cattle we got out here, all these cattle, wouldn't you know it, only one could do this. Only one of y'all. I knew who it was when I saw the board. The half Angus. I knew it. He can't stand it. You can't stand it, man. The part Angus, they got to do it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna stand over there, it's lightning. You know what is comforting? What? Tipsy. I do believe
he is so relaxed
that no matter how much that wind picked up, if you can just go sit next to Tipsy, it'll be all right. Is that the... Well, we don't know that that's actually the highest spot on the property, but it's pretty close. Yeah. But it does go up back there. But Tipsy's currently on the high. They tell you to get low when the wind's coming. She's on the highest part of the property.
They clearly...
You know what she's doing? She's saying, "Don't touch my hay. Don't touch my hay, Storm."
It's crazy dark.
Yep. I wish Ray just said it's crazy dark. The camera actually lightens it up big time. It's very dark out here.
It is really dark.
It's 3:10 in the afternoon. But
it actually looks kind of eerie.
it looks really eerie.
Not as dark though on your screen.
Well, and did you know a little bit ago there was no breeze, nothing when I was on the front porch, but here we go. So it's actually, just so you guys know, at this time, it's north of us and it's south of Mom and Dad, which means Kyle and Shannon and Matt should all be okay as well, just based on where we're located, but we'll see. But I'm going to wrap this up here just so we can give it our full attention at home. And the boys have no idea. They're all inside playing Xbox and computer and stuff. So
we're watching live coverage though.
yeah, we ordered pizza like hours ago. They have no idea anything's even going on. So we'll just take cover like we always do if we need to in the storm shelter. So
Yep.
on another note, I don't know what's going on with June. I don't want to alarm anybody, but she's off by herself. And there's a fresh bale of hay this morning. Only June.
It's the barometric pressure, man.
I think it's just, it's got her.
Right?
Yeah. I think it's got her doing something. I don't know.
She may or may not have a baby.
Yep. But it's too, I still say if she's having a baby, it can't be Maximus's.
If she's in labor right now.
It's the neighbor's bull.
I don't know.
Well, it takes 9 months. So mathematically.
Well, 9 months would be November. I mean, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, and then she'd have a Maximus baby in November.
That'd be, yeah, I don't think so, man. I don't think so. I think we're getting another Stanky Frankie. I do.